Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, November 15th, 2024. Before I jump into the charts, I want to mention that on Thursday, wickedstocks.com put out an Amazon stock pick. You want to check it out. I know I'm always saying that, but we comb through dozens, if not hundreds, of stocks, and then we find those that are setting up nicely with these channel structures. And Amazon is testing one now, and if it closes above it, I'm talking longer term bullish continuation. We map out all the targets 3 to 5 weeks out to, really more like 3 to 5 years to the upside. Until then, we can fall away to well-defined support over the next few months. So you can see that for free if you go to wickedstocks.com. We offer a 5-day free trial up front, along with your daily Triple Q and daily SPY analysis, as well as, well, I could go on and on. Let's get back to Tesla. The fact that Monday of this week, we gapped above that significant 337.77 two-year channel top. Well, it's nearly 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January if you use the January 23 low as the starting point. And then it was on Tuesday that we fell back below, closed not only below the channel structure itself, but also closed the gap, settled below the low of the high. It all added up to a blowout top that I think is still in play, anticipating the 274.60 to 283.14 region. The way things are playing out now, this could be by the end of next week. But I'll still call it a 2 to 3 week objective below 337.77 because there's always the possibility we could rally back into that upper 330s resistance. Either way, that's the way we see it. We also on Thursday closed below this former channel top at 322.55. That adds weight to the market. 299.29 in reach, possibly today. It is a Friday after all, oftentimes a higher volatility session. So in terms of the day trade, it is selling 322.55. And I really wouldn't buy this, and I would more likely buy a short position that I've been holding at 299.29 rather than aggressively going long. Now, day traders, sure, 299.29, an obvious support level, the July 23 high that held for, a year and a half, roughly, right? And so until we took it out about a week and a half ago. So it does offer day support. I'm reluctant to consider this a support level that can contain selling through the rest of November into December. That may pan out. It's too obvious, though, for me. But for those of you, I can see how one could make the case that this is a level that could be bought for more than just a day. But when I put it all together, and this is the subjectivity of technical analysis, when I put together the fact that this market robustly settled above a nearly 2-year channel top on Monday, that should have, I don't want to use the word should have, but could have implied 499.39 over the next 3 to 5 months, better part of a year, and then that was rejected on Tuesday. That carries with it consequences. I think a lot of money poured into the market. This is my opinion. When we settled Monday above the 3, I keep picking on these weekly charts. When we settled above, where are you? The 337.77 formation, I just think, so now it's getting washed out, right? And, the short players smell a sell-off. We're in the midst of it. And so I'm just going to take us back to, the day itself. 322.55 day resistance. 299.29 day support. We do have minor support levels mapped out for you on the way down, but I wouldn't fall in love with any of these unless you're an aggressive day trader. You can have at it, but I do see this market likely to continue south to the 299.29 high today. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about today, but over the next few days, we close below 299.29. This is where I was saying before, we just might see this 274.60 to 83.14 region by the end of next week. And that would be clarified with a settlement over the next day or two below 299.29. In the 274.60 to 283.14 region, if you've been short the market for the last few days, this is a solid zone to take profits. I also think you can set a long position here, if only for the following 2 to 3 to 5 weeks back into the upper 330s. I don't see longer-term bullish continuation likely to play out unless we close above that 337.77 formation on the weekly chart this week at 336.82 by a full 1% margin. I don't think that's going to happen today, Friday. This would be the day it would need to do it to close at or above 340.18, 1% above 336.82. Then with present volatility, I would anticipate 414.49 within 3 to 5 weeks, but volatility can wane, contract, and this could be the better part of a 2-month rally to 414.49. But overall, closing the week above 336.82 by a 1% margin does set up 499.39 as our next longer-term objective that I would expect to be reached by the middle of 25 or sooner. Back to the downside, this has been our objective. This remains our objective. I'm going to call it a 2 to 3 week objective. And if we close today below 499.29, a 2 to 3 day objective in the 274.60 to 283.14 region. Upside today, if we push or especially open above 322.55, that would certainly allow 337.77 on an intraday basis. That is a range that begins at 336.82 that can contain buying through the rest of November, and below which, once again, the 274.60 to 283.14 region remains a 2 to 3 week objective. And so I could finish with, what if we close above 337.77 today? I don't see that happening, but if we did, it would need to be by a full 1% margin above 336.82. And then if you recently went short, I'm talking like earlier in the week, that you want to reverse and go long. But until then, for those of you who were willing to play the short side following Tuesday's settlement below this area, which we did recommend, you're holding out for 274.60 to 283.14. And by the way, if over the next few weeks we close below this area, I'm not going to map that out yet. I don't want to start I don't have that chart in front of me, but it would be a longer term sell signal into the lower 200s depends on volatility. We'll just leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. Affirm Holdings was put out on Tuesday, Amazon on Thursday. Onward, we continue into next week. 2 stock picks a week. Daily Triple Q, Daily SPY, weekly Apple stock. I could go on and on. I'm going to leave it at that. I will be back Sunday afternoon, of course, with Monday's Tesla report, and you have a great weekend.